A network topology is a theoretical layout of computer systems on a network, and there are a few different topologies that you need to be aware of for your exam. So the first one is called the bus topology. What happens is you have a backbone cable, a single cable which is called the bus, and then all of the nodes, the devices, are connected to that central line, okay, which is known as the bus. At each end of this line there is a terminator, which we need to make sure that this topology works correctly. So the bus carries packets along the cable, so packets being sections of the data, so the data file that's been broken down. As they arrive at each computer system, it checks the destination address to see whether or not it matches its own, to see whether it's supposed to be going to that computer. If it doesn't match, then the system ignores the packet. However, if the address does match, then it processes that data. So if the bottom right computer down here wants to save some data, so it's going to go into the server, the following will happen. It will send that packet of data to all of the devices. It goes to all of them. If it goes to the terminators, it disappears, it just doesn't do anything. The same with any workstations that it doesn't match the correct address. However, the server will process the data. So a ring topology, as you'd expect, all the computers or devices are connected in a ring, and the data packets are passed from one device to the next in sequence. So if the workstation at the top again wanted to save a file, it would get passed through all the devices until it reaches the server. Obviously, one disadvantage with this is if any of the devices aren't working, then it won't be able to pass any data through it, so the network is going to struggle to work. So a star topology is a network where all of the devices are connected to a central hub or switch. So therefore, in this example, if the workstation at the top wanted to print something, it would go via the hub or the switch and then get sent to the printer. Finally, there's the mesh topology, and in this topology all the computers are connected directly to every other computer within that network. This is obviously going to increase the amount of cabling that is needed, because essentially if you had 10 computers in a room, you'd have to have 10 cables linking it to every single other computer within that room, and that would be the same for all 10 of them. So you can see how quite quickly the amount of cabling would increase.